Hey, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget, you can watch me and Katherine Boyle live every single weeknight at 9 with the Late Night Alternative. Just go to www.twitch.tv/IAINLEE. Twitch.tv/Iain Lee. Weeknights from 9 UK time, 1 p.m. if you're in Los Angeles, California, and 4 p.m. in New York. Thank you.
Please make it work.
No, I can make Pete. Just hang, Pete. Right.
There's Pete.
Hang on. Now, just everybody cool out.
Pete, purple Pete, purple Pete.
Hang on. We've got new. We can't do it in the way that I wanted to do it. I'm trying to make us look snazzy, Pete. And for
you look snazzy.
Well, we do on here, but we don't on the stream.
So I'm just gonna. The new Zoom is gone. Jeff did send me a new one, and I ballsed it up. We're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna go down there, and we go. Oh, it would work. I could make it work. Look at. By the way, Pete, you're looking absolutely super fly guy today. What the hell is going on?
What do you mean?
Are you wearing shorts?
I'm not wearing anything down there. Oh wow, look at that! No, I've actually got trousers on. I feel like.
Oh, well
Let's have a look. Let's have a look, if you don't mind.
Show us your magic trousers.
Oh, he was working. He was working that, wasn't he? He was working that, and we liked it. How you doing, Pete Heat?
I'm very well. Yeah, good to see you. I'm well. How are you?
Really good. For those who don't know, Pete Heat is a friend of ours. He's a magician. He's my favourite magician. He's been on the radio show loads of times.
What do you mean radio show?
Exactly.
Magic on the radio? How could that work?
Well, exactly. And now we can be honest. He wasn't really doing anything. He was just saying stuff. And then when he pointed at us, we went, whoa.
Wow. Burn him.
How did you do that? And so we're just being honest about that, guys. But tonight, you better do a magic trick that works and we can see. But before that, are you still doing your Zoom shows?
Yes. I am. Yeah, I've done a couple today actually, or a few today. Yeah, I am. They're going all right. They're going well. There's way few sort of private bookings, but I'm still doing a few of them. But there's a lot of corporates because people haven't gone back to work yet. Yeah, it's happening.
How, if people want, by the way, I can say, Mark79, can he make Iain disappear? You disappear.
Whoa,
make Mark79 disappear for 10 minutes, please. That's the power I got here in Twitch. I booked really early on in lockdown, actually. You came, didn't you?
Yeah.
We booked Pete for a Zoom magic show. And I watched in my house with the boys. Kath watched in her house with her kids. My sister watched in her house. It was flipping awful. No, it was flipping brilliant. It was brilliant, right? And we paid for it. We didn't get a freebie. That's not why we're saying this. It was brilliant. You've got.
Then I booked it for my sister's 40th.
Yeah.
Because what else were we going to do? And then I booked you again for my daughter's. So
yeah, and I'll see you then. Yeah, you were Iain. You were one of my first, like one of the first sort of 10 or 20 bookings, I think. So the show's actually changed a bit since then. But yeah, it was a good one, wasn't it? It was fun.
So
okay. We loved it. And we'll put the chat in the link, and with the link in the chat, and we'll put it on Twitter. If people want to book you or have a little look, where do they go?
Yeah, it's Pete Heat, which is PETEHEAT, PeteHeat.co.uk/camera tricks. Okay. So camera tricks is the page because it's tricks, but on camera. Do you get it? Do you understand?
Have you had any, because it's not your fault, but have you had any shows where people don't like magic?
I've had some weird ones. I've had ones where, well, in fact, I think it was that there's a guy who, I won't say any names, but I think there's someone who was one of your listeners. Because, by the way, thank you. You put loads of people my way. So the first raft of people were all massive fans of you two. But I think there was a guy with his family, and they just sat completely stony faced throughout the whole thing. Like it was, I'd be like, yeah, someone name a card, and they'd just be like silent, and I'd be like, gotta name a card or there's no trick. And then like someone would grudgingly be like four of spades, and then I'd like do the thing, and then at the end it would just be nothing. And then anyway, like throughout the whole thing, at the end of the show, I really wanted to just slam my laptop closed and just be like, and I stormed out of my room after the show. Like, that was terrible. And then the guy tweeted about me on Twitter going, like really like praising me, going, "Oh, excellent show." I'd like suffered for half an hour, and they loved it apparently.
Maybe his screen was frozen or something, and
Yeah,
actually
maybe.
they were both all loving it.
I think their hearts were frozen.
My sister is in it. I think she may be drunk tonight, Joe. But when I asked, have you ever done shows for people that don't like magic, she's just typed in Dirk Benedict. We had Pete on the show. I'm looking at that.
Oh yes, sir. Yeah.
On the show, as the same show as the Face Man from A-Team, Dirk Benedict, and I thought it would be kind of nice. I thought this could be really interesting. Normally you get a guest in, and it's a guest, and I thought let's try something different because we've had Pete a few times. So let's get a big star, and we'll bedazzle him.
Yeah.
But he doesn't get. It's not that he doesn't like it. I just don't think he got magic.
He didn't know the rules, did he? It was really weird.
He was almost angry that you were cheating him.
Yeah, or like he didn't even know that the stuff that was happening was impossible. He was just kind of going, okay, so right, so yeah, you've predicted the thing I was thinking of, right? Like as if there was more. Like, but that's the trick.
And Pete kept, and I felt awful. I felt awful. Also, I was finding it hilarious because, and Pete kept looking at me to say, what more can I do?
Pete, you're so charming. You were laughing along, and I couldn't tell whether you were laughing at him, at the situation. You were very gracious.
You've been a big inspiration to us. There have been a few people that have really inspired me and Katherine to do this and to do. We did our other show, The Rabbit Hole, on Zoom for a bit, and it's you and Stephen Page, Stephen Page, a singer from the Bare Naked Ladies, who does a concert every Saturday night in his basement. And when we saw. And you came up with this idea really early, as the industry was dying, the live entertainment industry was dying, and I know so many people that are out of work. I know a couple of big names got mentioned to me today who can't pay their mortgage because that's the way it is. But you came up with this really early doors in the lockdown. Oh, I know, I'll do it on Zoom. Were you doing it on Zoom before, or did you just come up with that?
Well, yeah, I mean, so I was really lucky. I'd actually had the idea for this about 2 years ago, and I didn't do it because I thought it would be a hard sell to go, hey, like normal stuff that you do on a night out, why don't you sit in and look at your computer and watch a magic show? It just seemed too weird. But then so when this happened, all my gigs got cancelled, which they did, every single one of them, obviously. I was like, I could do that thing that I thought of, and my wife Alex kind of pushed me like, yeah, do it, basically give it a go. And I was like, well, nothing venture, nothing. I didn't think it would be at all popular. Or I thought I'd do a few. It's been paying my rent for months now.
Wow.
But yeah, and I was the first magician in the world doing it. Like at the time I was googling it, and there was just no other hits for virtual magic show or Zoom magic show, whatever. And now every magician does it, and all their websites are clones of mine. I know this probably sounds arrogant, but I'm saying it, man. They're all like using exactly the same wording as me. But I would too, to be honest. If I was, I don't expect people to not do virtual shows just because I came up with it. But they would have come up with it anyway. But I was the first anyway, and that was worth doing because.
All right, tough guy. Let's show us why we should book you and not Doug Henderson or something.
Doug Henderson's a great guy.
Is he still alive, Doug Henderson?
I don't even know. Is that a real person? I thought you were just making someone up.
I think Doug Henderson. I used to have a book, Paul Daniels' Book of Magic from about 1981, and he had pictures of magicians from all over the world.
Henning?
Doug Henning!
Yeah.
Doug Henning.
Well, there's a reason you shouldn't book him because he's dead. He's a dead man.
Oh, there we go.
But if he did turn up, that would be a whole nother act.
That would be more impressive in a way, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, he's playing the long con. All right, then. Well, in that case, I'm going to cancel my booking with Doug Henning. I feel I've been trolled.
You should.
Yes.
Yeah.
Show us what you got, big boy.
All right. Well, you two have seen every trick I've ever done, so I'm gonna. I mean, people can see me, right? That's
people
what
can see you and they can hear you.
Yeah. Good. So this is more for them than for you, but you can watch and pretend that pretend that you've never seen it before. So let me show you this. This, Iain and Kath, is a pack of cards. Ooh. And it's now a shuffle pack of cards.
Even just doing that is impressive.
I know.
I
can't shuffle
even
cards.
That is like
I've got a machine.
Good, because that is the end. In fact, let me just check that this is actually a full pack. I've been using this all day. There's enough cards in there to make this work. That'll do. Okay, it's not quite a full pack, but it'll do. So I'm going to mix them up. And as I spread through them like this, can one of you just say stop at some point? Just shout stop. Okay, perfect. What, there? Do you want to go one further, one back? What do you reckon?
There, right
Happy there. Okay, I'm going to turn it towards you so you can see. Can you see what that is? Yeah? Okay, now I'll be honest with you. This is easier than you might think because I've got a screen in front of me as well. So I can see it. It's the six of spades. Oh my God, it is incredible. That's incredible. But there is more. There's more. On that six of spades, I'm going to write a random word. Are people commenting on the Twitch, by the way? Is that how this works?
Yeah, someone is asking, Needlefax says, I like your hat, Pete. Is it real?
No, it's not actually. No, it's more of a state of mind thing than an object.
Okay.
Yeah, when you finish, no, it is actually real. Yeah, it's.
But people are commenting. Yes.
Yeah, good. So I was going to say, can someone in the Twitch comments give me a random word to write on this card so that people know this isn't some setup?
Now, careful.
Okay.
Can we go with? Can you write bumulet as in amulet, but for bums? It was just something we was mentioned the other day. A bumulet.
Absolutely, I can.
Thank you,
my
Kitty
default.
Got Claws.
That's my default anyway. Bumulet. Okay, that's what I normally would have written, but it's polite to ask. Right, so we have the six of spades with bumulet, right? Is the spelling how you would have spelled it?
Perfect. That's exactly how it's in the dictionary.
Oh yeah, by the way, I should point something out before I carry on with this. There's something hanging up behind me here, an envelope with a little yellow bit of paper inside it. I'll show you that later. That will become important later, but just for now, I want you to be aware that today's prediction, exactly, yes. Today's prediction, that's what it says. And later on, that will become relevant. I just wanted you to be aware that that's been there the whole time. Anyway, so six of amulets. Let me stand up so you can see this. In fact, your job as a group, dear viewers, is to keep track of this six of spades. So follow the bumulet. If I stand up like this, it's going to start roughly in the middle. It's going to jump from the middle. That's the idea. It's going to jump from the middle up to the top. So this top card here, that's the six of spades.
Whoa, come on, man.
Let me show you that again. Watch. Okay, so it's going to start in the middle.
I love it.
Wow. That's the six of spades. So that's the general idea with this one. Basically, we could just keep doing that. It would go in, it would jump up. But you'd start to think that I must have more than one card like this. So before I carry on, let me show you they are actually
a whole pack of bumulets.
Yeah. In a way, that would be more impressive if every card now said bumulet across it. That would be the kicker ending, wouldn't it? But in fact, this time, so now you know there is only one like it, which is obviously quite important with these virtual shows. You can't examine the pack. I'm going to give it a little bend, right? This is true, by the way. This is what card cheats do if they want to keep track of a certain card. They give it a little, it's called a crimp, a little bend like that. This is way less subtle than they would do. Obviously, it's pretty clear what I'm doing here. But they give it a little bend. And what you do then is when it's in the pack, you can see the shape of it, right?
Yeah.
It will leave kind of a line, a little mark, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and you can keep track of where the card is. But watch the top of the pack. You're going to see the exact moment this arrives back on top. Watch. What? Bumulet time. Thank you.
So much.
And you know what? Let me take this one more time. Actually, this time I'm going to leave it sticking out from the pack so that you can see it is actually in there. You can see that, yeah?
Yeah, I can see half a bum, yeah.
But yeah, you can see a bit of bum. And if I put that right in, so I can't distract you. Where's the lens of the camera? Is that like here? Is that the lens? Yeah. Right. Okay, so it's not on top, not on the bottom. It's not anywhere because.
Oh, come on, Pete. Come on, man.
I will not come on. You come on.
You come on.
No, you come on, actually.
I'm going to come on.
And actually, the weirdest thing about all that is that before this started, I put something in my back pocket. So let me show you this. In my wallet, there's a little zip compartment in the middle there. Inside the zip compartment, there's a little folded card. Now, this is the bit that doesn't make any sense. Bumulet! Thanks. Good. Good. Any questions about any of that? No.
Get out of here. My sister says no way. How? Just how? Says Andrea. Magic will never not be cool. Says Danny. That's the thing, though. For a long time, magic wasn't cool. It was kind of nerdy, and the bow ties, and it was the geeky kids that were.
Yeah, I was going to
learning
say
it.
the young kids were particularly scary, weren't they?
But I love it. I've always loved it. It is. Would you say it's kind of cool now?
I'd love to say a resounding yes, but I don't think I'm the least biased of sources. But yeah, I'm happy that you're asking, that you're saying that. Yeah, it's a weird thing, isn't it? Because you gotta kind of be a super nerd to be a magician, haven't you? You gotta be the type of person that's going to spend hours just sort of working out the exact place to put your little finger to make the three of clubs go. You know, it's a nerdy thing, but the effect that it has on people is way out of proportion to the work that you put in. It's people tend to love it, I think. Like, yeah, I don't know. I totally know what you mean though, because whenever I meet a magician, it's highly likely that they're a complete. I don't know. Am I allowed to say words on this show?
You can't, words, God, we're not allowed words.
Not allowed
I
words.
think magically, if we all pause, we know exactly what you were thinking.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Heat.co.uk. Can we someone put the link again for the live shows? Because now you've seen. He's good.
He's
right. This ain't some amateur. This guy's proper. We'll put the link in the chat again a few more times as we're chatting. Cool. How are you doing mentally with the lockdown? Are you safe? Are you keeping well?
Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you for asking. To be honest, I don't leave the house much at the moment. I've got two little kids. I've got so they are 2, nearly 3, 2 and 5. And that took me a while. I was really like, please get this right. I know my wife can hear me in the next room. I've got to know my kids' ages. And one's just had a birthday. It's a nightmare. But they're 2 and 5. And basically it means, I'm putting the kids to bed. And I'm doing these Zoom shows and things. So I don't know what that's not relevant to the question. I'm losing focus. Right. Anyway, what I'm saying is there was
this deflection taking place. Unbelievable.
I know. Basically, there's a good long period of me kind of not really going out much. It's not like I was always going to nightclubs and raving it up like it was like 2007. But yeah, I mean, it's a bit lonely, isn't it? It's a bit boring. But it's okay. I'm all right. Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm a little bit, having moved on from the talk radio thing. I'm a little bit up in the air as I might be completely changing careers at some point in the next couple of years.
I saw you were saying that you were going to study things.
I did. I might. I've not made up my mind yet. I just did a little 4-day kind of taster course in counselling, and I might apply to start studying a 2-year diploma in September, and with a view to 2 or 3 years getting out this crazy business.
Cool.
Show business, Pete, as you know, toughest business in the world.
We have it so hard. We have it so hard. We basically have it harder than miners, I think.
Oh God, and those nurses. I mean, why were they not applauding entertainers?
Exactly.
In my mind, they were. Whenever anyone claps, it's always
applauding
me.
Is your 5-year-old? Does your 5-year-old? I can't remember. At 5, are they old enough to understand the laws of physics? Is what you're doing impressive to your 5-year-old?
It's starting to get that way now. Yeah. So initially it was cute. Like I'd make a rice cake disappear or something, and they'd just go magic, and then wander off. They knew that there was this thing that I did called magic, but they didn't know that was magic. It was just like, oh, Daddy can make things disappear, and I guess that's one of the many things I don't understand about the world. But now, they're starting to like, especially the older one, Jago, he follows me around and going like, but. Yeah, I know it's magic, Daddy, but how did you do it? and I'm kind of trying to sort of fob him off with, I don't want to crush his dreams by going, it's a very simple method actually, and it was in my other hand. But equally, I don't want him to grow up like this weird space cadet that thinks that, that all this stuff is also like possible. So I'm in this weird in between thing of like, yeah, it's just some magic. Don't worry about it. It's a funny thing for them. I have no idea how they perceive it or what they think is going on. Yeah.
You want to give us another one?
Yeah. I mean, how long have I got with you?
A magic trick.
Oh, a magic trick. Oh, right. Yeah. How long have I got with you, just so I know what to?
Would you want another 10 minutes, 15 minutes? You got as long as you want.
Okay, cool.
What do you want? Pull the elephant out or something? We get you.
The elephant out of his ass. That takes 30 minutes.
20 minutes, yeah.
It does take approximately 30 minutes, actually. Yeah, but it's what a finish. The crowd always love it. Can I try can I try? This is more for me than for you. Can I try a new one out for you?
Oh,
Yeah.
Actually,
please
no,
do.
no, forget it. I'm not going to. I've got
oh.
scared. I've got scared. No, I'm going to do it. All right. Okay, so
You're
this
looking,
is,
you're looking fine at the moment, isn't he? Looking
Yeah,
good.
what's going on? You had your hair done.
I'm loving the bit of colour in the hair, and
Oh,
you're
thank you.
looking very well.
That's
You're
very
looking
kind of you.
sexy. I'm saying it. You're looking hot.
You both are looking as hot as you always do, and I'm flattered. I don't know. I think I've got a bit of a tan. This hair was initially. I got bored one day, and I just sort of shaved it, or not shaved it, had it cut really short, and dyed sort of a sort of blue. It's supposed to be blue, and that washed out in about 3 seconds, and then it went sort of white and then yellow and horrible. Anyway, now it's finally grown into some sort of weird
Looks like
silvery.
done on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks kind of like I've got the highlights in, but it's not deliberate. And yeah, just haven't had a haircut in months, obviously. Yeah, right. Let me show you this. Like this is literally the first time I've ever performed this for anyone, which
Brilliant.
is definitely what you should do. Is you should go on something with loads of viewers and just do it, just try it out like that, right? That's
By the way,
thing.
my sister, who is definitely pissed, despite her saying she's not, has said not Pete Heat, Pete Hot, and I think we'd have to agree. Pete Hot. There we go.
Ian's sister.
Outrageous.
Right. These are you know what these are. These are train tickets, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
I found the other day that I got a stack of back from when I had gigs. These because I don't drive. I don't know about you, but I get the train everywhere when I've got gigs. So I got for tax purposes. I got a big stack of train tickets from all over England. I mean, if I bring it up close, can you see? Hold on, where's the destinations?
There we go.
Like,
London,
you see the
York.
cities. You see the cities about there. So we've got York. We got
Norwich.
what's that? Coventry, Norwich, whatever. And they're I think they're all like is that upside down?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm going to go right through like that. Just to quickly show you that they are all different, or most of them. I think there's probably a couple of similar ones. But anyway, and basically these are in my bag with a rubber band around them, and I've had them for ages. But I found the reason I'm showing you them. I found on the back of them I got this I've been doodling on a train journey, and I got like a little sort of made a little flick book out of them, which is quite cool. Like you see the train. Let me hold this so I can do it. You see there's a little train, and if you sort of flick it, it looks kind of like the train's moving along. Pretty
There
cool.
we go.
Right?
Chug a chug.
Yeah.
Chug. There we go.
Anyway, but let's do something with this. So I'm going to spread through here. I'm going to try and do this so you can actually see the names, but we'll see. If I hold smashing my house up trying to get in the shot. If I do it like this, can you see the cities there?
No, we can't see the cities.
Okay, you know what? I'm just going to go through and
we can see the cities now. You
Okay, right.
Horsham, Luton.
Okay, great. So why don't you say stop somewhere as I go through?
Okay. Stop.
Okay, so what's that? Ashford, or do you want to do the one before Ipswich? Or the
one before Ipswich, please.
Okay, so Ipswich there, right?
Ipswich, yes, thank you.
You're very welcome. Let me try and do this so you can see it. If I put that at the front, then you can see that. Right. So is it? Yeah, Ipswich.
London
there?
to Ipswich.
Okay, great. Okay, perfect. Now that was pretty fair, right? You could have stopped anywhere.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, genuinely, obviously, you could, and it could have been whatever the next one was. I can't remember, but could have been anything. Here's the weird thing. This was drawn on a specific journey that I made. I'm going to flick through here and show you the rest of the flick book. Train's going along. Oh yeah, past some trees, past some houses.
No, it's not. It's not.
Oh, it's past a little church.
It's not going to come into a station.
It's not going to come into a station. It looks like a sign approaching.
No.
Pete!
Oh,
Pete!
terrify me. Well done.
Thank you. That's genuinely the first time I've ever done that, as you can probably tell by the
beautiful.
That is terrifying.
Lovely drawings.
Oh, thank you very much.
I just need to do a little bit of business, guys. I've just fired off some ads. Mods, is that the second set of ads I've done in this hour? I just need to check. I've not been keeping tabs because I've been entertained by this gentleman, Pete Heat, peteheat.co.uk. I think that was the second set of ads that I may have played. Someone will tell me in a second. Oh man, how long does it take to come up with a new? How many tricks are there? Is it like there's 4 tricks, but it's all how you do different variations.
No, there's so people say there are 7 basic tricks. I know I was joking before, but basically they do kind of say that. Like there's a vanish, there's a what they call the penetration, which is like rings linking together, that sort of thing, or there's a few different things like that. There's mind reading, there's whatever, but almost every trick is or levitation is one. Animation, where you get something to move that shouldn't be moving, like if something moved across the table by itself. And there's like I think it is. There's like 7. I think it is. Someone's written some stuff about it, but every trick is some sort of variation on that, because obviously a trick has to do something impossible, and there aren't that many ways that like things can just behave in unusual ways, basically. Yeah, but then obviously each trick, there's thousands and thousands of tricks that are all variations on those different sort of themes. And yeah, it depends. Like sometimes I'll come up with something in 10 minutes because it's like just the concept that's the new thing. Like, oh, I can just apply this idea to this thing that I already do. But sometimes you work on something for years because there's maybe you have to practice it and build a prop specifically for that. And yeah, it varies basically.
And do you have a preference over the close-up card magic and kind of the bigger, proppier, more involved things, or is you equal love?
I love the close-up stuff because, and not just cards, but anything close-up, because it happens right in front of people. And often, say something changes in their hand, or it disappears, or it appears in their pocket or under their watch or whatever, and then you get this. It's much more of an experience. Like, or for example, if you were thinking of a word and I just told you what it was, that's like affecting you directly. Whereas if you were in the audience of a big stage show and you see me disappear from a cabinet, it's kind of like, I don't know exactly how that worked, but there's probably a trap door in there somewhere, and guess what? Of course, that's what's happened. It's not like, so it kind of doesn't really matter. To me, at least, that's how I think about it. But then I do like some of the big stuff as well. I think it depends how cleverly made it is and how well performed it is. Anything can be made exciting or boring.
And with this whole COVID thing, because we've cancelled our tour, and people were it was only a small tour. It was wise with an infectious pandemic. But then the venues were saying, well, do you want to postpone it until next year? And we may have done our last show, I don't know. But we decided not to postpone it because I don't see, until there's a vaccine, I don't really see a change. Have you got any dates booked in? Because I know some comedy venues and some music venues are talking about putting in partitions, and people have to walk a certain way, like they do, a certain route, like they do in supermarkets.
Or spacing the chairs out.
Spacing the chairs out. You can only go to the bar if you're a certain height or something. Have you got any gigs booked up? Have you spoken to any venues about this?
I'm starting to get inquiries for next year for weddings and stuff. But even then, there's a lot of questions about what happens if, do I get my deposit back if there's another lockdown, or whatever. Which is fair enough. Obviously, you don't want to be spending loads of money on something that's not going to happen. So I've started. I've just got a booking for a wedding in the south of France actually, which is going to be lovely if it happens. But I know that some of my friends are, some of my magician friends are starting to do these kind of little socially distanced garden parties where it's a few people in some sort of, gazebo or something, and so I'm sure I'll probably do a few of them. But no, nothing. I haven't got any real world bookings for months and months. My whole diary now is virtual Zoom stuff. But yeah, it's like that's going really well, which is. I mean, I've been really lucky. I remember when the first day when about 10 bookings got cancelled in one day. I was just lying on the floor in my living room, and my wife's going like, "No, it's all right. We'll be all right." And I'm like, we won't be all right. But anyway, it's we've bounced back. No, it's all right. It's been fine, really. Who knows if that'll continue? But for now, it's been all right.
Okay, I'm getting suspicious that maybe it wasn't some bat in a Chinese wet market. It was this guy.
He already had the plan, didn't he?
He had it 2 years ago.
Very convenient.
He's created the COVID, isn't he? He's made the COVID his biggest trick of all.
I'm going to make this scheme work.
No comment.
Do you want to? We should probably end. Have you got one more?
Do you want to see another one? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to. Yes, please.
Okay. All right, so
we'll give you the link in a bit if you want to book Pete for. He does Zoom shows like this, and it's great and it's wonderful. It's mysterious. What I really liked about the Zoom show, apart from the tricks, obviously, is that we kind of know each other. We've met a few times and we know each other. But at the end, there was no hanging around.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Goodbye. And you went, and that was it. And I loved it. Obviously, I sent you a WhatsApp afterwards, but it was just wonderful. There was no, and that's the show. Was that all right, guys? It was you just left, and it was wonderful. The tricks are pretty good as well. But go on, so give us one more, and we'll post the link again.
The best bit was when I was no longer there.
Yeah.
The end.
Thanks, Iain. Cheers.
You're welcome, Pete.
Okay, all right. Okay, people who are watching on Twitch, here's one you can get involved with. If you get your calculators out, right, on your phones or whatever, people on
Where have I put my
Twitch,
phone? Oh, it's in my pocket. Yes.
and this is something you can sort of follow along with. We're going to create a random number between a few of us. So let's see. First of all, yeah, if you're watching this on Twitch, hello, first of all. Can you give us in the chat, can you type in a random 2-digit number? 69 is hilarious, but everyone will
someone
do it.
in the chat give us a 2-digit number that is not 69, please? There's a slight delay.
And Iain and Kath, you can choose which one we go with.
I'll choose the first one. We've got Hamo Hash has come up with 74.
Nice. Okay. And basically, if you got your calculator out, and anyone at home can follow along with this, we're all going to type 74, right?
Yep. Got it.
Okay. Now we're all going to hit times, so multiplied by.
Yep.
This time we want a 3-digit number, please, Twitchies.
3-digit number, please, Katherine.
777, straight in.
777. That is John Marden. Thank you, John.
Cool. So we're all going to type that. Thank you. Right. This time we'll press plus.
Okay,
what we're doing here, by the way, is we're creating a random number. I think I've already said that. So at the moment, my calculator is showing 57498. So I imagine you're all on the same. So then you're doing it. You're doing well. Okay, Kath, can you? Oh no, actually, maybe we'll get a listener to do it again. Can we have a 5-digit number this time from someone? It can be from one of you. Or have I frozen? Or am I all right?
You're frozen. Come back.
Oops.
Pete.
Oh dear. Hello. Can you hear me?
Pete?
Can you hear me?
Have
I frozen? Did I freeze? Yeah. Sorry. How far did we get?
We could hear you. So you're looking for a 5-digit number.
Yes.
Kath, do you want to pick one?
Yeah, go on then. I'm going to do Funky Bob 66115.
66115.
66. Okay. Cool.
We managed to keep the Zoom up this long, so we're doing well.
Okay. All right. In fact, just as a checkpoint to check we're all still on the same page, if we press equals, we're all on 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 3.
Yes, we are.
Okay, good. In fact, we'll only do one more. I'm going to if we press plus one more time. It's not just, this is leading somewhere. It's not just a bit of fun maths to liven things up. And to speed this up a bit and to make it as random as I can, I'm going to close my eyes and I'm just going to hit some keys, and that will be my input into this. So I don't know if I've got a number. Yes. Oh no. Let me do one more digit. Is that one? Did I get one? Yep. Okay, yes. 358407. That's the last one.
358-407.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay,
Yep.
Perfect. So, that'll do. That's a lot of random numbers. That'll do. Okay, so if we press equals, I'll explain what this was all about. So the reason for getting so many of you involved here and so many random digits involved was to make this as random and unpredictable as possible. Because while people might have a favourite playing card, like say Queen of Hearts, Ace of Spades, whatever, it's very unlikely that someone has a favourite 5-digit number, say, or a favourite 3-digit number. It's unlikely. It's just random data. But here's the thing. Despite how random that was, I kind of hope we would arrive at that number. I'll show you what I mean. So behind me, hanging up here, there's this envelope that I mentioned right at the beginning. Okay, and let me show you this a bit closer. So, Iain, as you pointed out earlier, it says today's prediction on it, right?
Yeah.
Actually, if I bring it closer in, you'll see it actually says another word. It actually says today's the prediction. Can you see that?
The prediction. Okay. Yeah.
Which doesn't seem to mean anything.
No.
Until you look at the number again and you think about today as in today's date.
Oh my God!
Date is the 4th.
Oh my God!
2020, so the 4th of May 2020, which is today's date. Today is the prediction, and that gets weirder the more you think about it. Because
shivers down the spine.
It's incredible, isn't it?
The chat. People are leaving. What? No, that's incredible. Wow. Okay. No. What? Says the retro engine. Go on, Pete.
Good. Thank you. And there's more. Let me show you what's inside here.
God.
So this has been deliberately hanging up in shot the whole time. So so you could see it the whole time behind that window. That's why I had that big clear window there. So I can't tamper with it. Basically, that's my point. Earlier, do you remember when I was spreading through the pack of cards and you shouted stop? It was the 6 of spades. Do you remember?
The bumlet.
6 of spades. I drew a little picture earlier.
Oh!
6 of spades. That was the first part of my prediction. I wrote a random word here. I wrote the word Ipswich earlier on a little whim. But there's one more word, and of course it was always going to be this word.
No.
On the back.
It's got Bumulin! Can we get the link, please, in the chat for Pete's show, peteheat.co.uk/camera tricks?
That's correct.
That's it. We'll tweet that as well. There it is. I mean, dear God, I love you so much, Pete. I can't wait to see you in real life. You know, partly because I'm a huge fan. Again, I mentioned this before. You were so kind to my kids when you met them and you entertained them, and that you know, you've got me for life. But hello. I thought that was one of the kids. The kids are here at the moment.
Oh,
My chair. The kids
I thought
are here.
You were doing a bit.
No. Thank you so much, man. Stay safe, and I hope you get lots of work, and we'll speak really soon.
Thank you. Really good to see you both. Thanks a lot for having me. Much appreciated. Right, see you later. Bye.
Love to the family. Bye, Pete. Thank you.
Thank
My God.
He's so good, isn't he?